All right, this person is an architect, politician, businessman, activist, and MIT alumni. Ladies and gentlemen, you will know this person. Oh, put your hands together for Mr. Gbadebo Rhodes Vigor.
Wow. Victory, check out that outfit.
Gubernatorial candidate for Lagos State. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good evening, everybody. Mukika BSU, Kiadikpe Lori, Kibatakpe Lese. I greet every distinguished attendee here. Thank you so much for coming. And family, guests, and friends, thank you for making time to be with us this evening. The topic that I was asked to speak on was about overcoming all forms of odds and challenges, especially in Nigeria that we have today, being businessmen, being entrepreneurs, being people that are struggling to make a success of themselves. These are topics that we want to use to talk about resilience and talk about how you explore opportunity. But I'm going to start by talking about our challenges first as a collective, our collective challenges, and then I'll bring that down to our personal, individual challenges. So our first collective challenge for me, to my mind, as a black man, an African in this world today, we suffer from an identity crisis that has had us subcontract our thinking to the rest of the world. Our children till tomorrow are taught that their ancestors had to wait for Mungo Park to discover River Niger. We pay expensive school fees to different schools, and they are teaching our children that their parents that were living around those rivers for so long did not know there was a river there. And Uimbo man had to come all the way to tell them that is River Niger. This is a very big problem. As a people that have been enslaved and colonized, we are yet to understand the true value of coming together. Meanwhile, the tribal Europeans who were consistently fighting themselves came together to draw the lines on the map that divided us today and have defined the identities that we have adopted. And they have come together and they are no longer fighting themselves. But we are still here playing our own different identities without coming together. And this challenge for me is a mental one. It is why individually Nigerians are superstars all over the world. But as a collective, we are mostly by non-Africans. And this has to change. As a collective, we must renew our minds through our education system and our vision and expectation of our leaders. We must start to nurture empire ambitions, where we not only think about today, but we think about 3 to 4 generations that are coming, and we make our plans in that regard and also manage our resources with them in mind. We must teach our children and ourselves our true history, the greatness of African empires like Kemet, like in mind. We must teach our children and ourselves our true history, the greatness of African empires like Kemet, like Kush, Timbuktu, because Billy that is born in Kentucky has no relations to what happened in ancient Rome. But the education of the American system has programmed him to believe that he's part of that, and that greatness passes through him. Whereas Africans must become much more deliberate. Mentally, will set the foundation for us to take our place on the global stage. A real piece on the global chessboard, and no more a pawn moved by other interests. As Nigerians, I make bold to say in the presence of captains of industry here gathered, you cannot innovate your way out of bad policy. For too long, Nigerians, the middle class, business owners, employers of labor, and the bedrock on which our economy is built have left politics to chance. But politics will affect your business and challenges you face, from stability of your currency, its function as a store of value, employability of the youth coming out of school, to access credit, quality of roads on which your goods are going to have to move, and your value system. If a society lacks justice or practices selective justice, the moral values of that society will steadily be in a nosedive. I recall when I graduated in 2008, Nigerians from all over the world were moving back to Nigeria. It was Jakpada without propaganda. That's the power of good governance and policy. My father used to tell me how His father used to say to him, Nigeria was better in his day. The women did not have to work for the family to be financially solid. My father tells me how when he graduated, people could get cars. He tells me about the quality of education in the public system. Unfortunately, I can now tell my children that I remember when 1 million naira used to get me 4,000 pounds. Yet, at no time have we seen in the world where countries have turned their fortunes without enslaving others or stealing resources, as we have seen in the last 70 years. You can look at Singapore, the Emirates, China, and several others. So as a Nigerian, I challenge you to get involved. Develop a vision, a real desire for the growth of your nation, and find leaders that match that vision, irrespective of any factor that won't change the price you purchase goods in the market. Seek growth, excellence, prosperity, and all, because it is in your enlightened selfish interest and the safety of your life and property that everybody is prosperous. On a personal level, why be normal when you can be exceptional? Why fit in when you can stand out? The first thing for me is your why. You must define your why, your purpose. You must spend time on it, meditate on it, for it will light your path when things get difficult and dark. Your why must be resolute and firm, whilst the roads you take to get there might be unexpected. They might twist, they might wind. But if you stay persistent and consistent, you will get there. If you sacrifice the temporary gains for that long-term vision, you'll become inevitable. Never be afraid of failure or what people will say, or their opinions even. If people criticize you, slander, or even imitate you, it's an acknowledgement and proof that you matter. If people are threatened or call you dangerous, it means you have stood your ground. You have stood tall enough to cast a shadow, to disrupt and to make impact. That's fine, let them talk. Your job is to be inevitable. Be inevitable. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And you look great, sir. Thank you. A round of applause for him one more time. Oh, what an outfit. What an outfit.